Today on the Outdoorsman YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about EDC. When it comes to everyday carry, I think a lot of us think about our phone or our wallet or our keys. But one aspect that's often overlooked in our EDC is personal protection. As you and I go about our daily lives, it is crucial that we are prepared for any situation that may arise. Guys, we gotta remember that we are a community of like-minded people. Sometimes we are gonna have differing views, particularly on this topic. But one thing that I know is certain, and that is, as a community, we need to learn from each other. We need to lean on each other. And no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, if we can do that, we will be a better community as a whole. But before we get into the video, I have to thank the biggest supporter of this channel, and that is you, my viewers. My viewers and our community is what makes this channel get better and better every single video. So please keep subscribing and please keep those comments coming. And we also have to thank NextBelt for sponsoring this video. Head on over to nextbelt.com to check out all of their EDC belts. They are a ratcheting style belt, and we're going to have tons more videos coming up in the future with NextBelt and their awesome ratcheting belts. So stay tuned for that, and let's get right back into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we can all agree with rising crime rates and always having to be on guard everywhere that we go, that unfortunately personal safety has become a frontline topic for all of us. We can have all the cans of beans and peas and MREs in the world, but if someone were to puncture our organic brain matter bucket with a high-speed projectile, all those food stores don't mean squat. I believe it's important now more than ever to take steps to protect ourselves. The news is filled with stories of violent crimes and rapes and murders, terrorist attacks, people eating dogs and cats, and I think we can agree some pretty hardcore political turmoil. But I'm here to tell you that we cannot live in fear. We can take control of our lives by equipping ourselves with the right tools and training to be able to protect us, our families, our friends, and our community. One of the biggest challenges that I think that people face is knowing where to start with your EDC gear. And I hear you guys in the comments, it really can be overwhelming to know what you should carry, what you shouldn't carry. And I'm here to tell you folks that I am gonna show you all what I carry, and you're gonna have to tune that to your daily lives. I preach that time and time again on this channel. You have to take my advice and adjust it for your daily living situations. But by being prepared and aware of our surroundings, we significantly reduce the possibilities of us becoming a victim. But the reality is that crime and bad things happen to everybody. We have to be prepared for the unexpected. And with that being said, all this talking and nonsense, I'm finally going to get into what I am carrying on my person right now. I can turn around and you can't even see any of my EDC items. Now on the table in front of me, these are some of the items that I will carry based on the season, where I'm going, what I'm doing. So we're gonna start with the pew-pews. And on my person, I carry all the time, you've seen it in a lot of my videos, this Glock 19. The holster that I have conveniently tucks right at my 6 o'clock position behind my back. In other videos, people have been giving me grief about pointing handguns at my hand, blah, 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 whatever. And then I see those same exact people take a loaded handgun and appendix carry it, thusly pointing the muzzle of a firearm at your most precious area, fellas. I mean, come on. I can't do this, but I can point a gun at my wiener. Come on. These various firearms in front here, I have holsters for all of these. This is the Sig Sauer P238. This is a 380 auto. It is very small. This little holster carries a spare magazine. I can very easily tuck this on my side, tighten my belt back up, and I'm good to go. This firearm right here is the Sig Sauer P320 Mark 17. I absolutely love this gun. The flashlight's bright, the red dot is on point. And for this firearm, I also have a holster that I can either carry in my back or carry on my side here under my pants. But this doesn't fit so well inside the waistline, so I generally carry it back here. Now, I'm not here to debate with you whether a 1911 is a better handgun or the P320 is a better handgun, or if the Glock is a better handgun. This is the better handgun. I'm carrying a 1911. I use this holster right here. She goes in, and this is always gonna be an outside the waistband carry. With my Glock, I'm not gonna get too much into ammunition here, but I do carry HydroShocks. I think that these are an incredibly lethal round, and I highly recommend HydroShocks. Now, the other thing that I carry always, wherever I go, is a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Signal. And one of the things I love most about this is that it has the knife on the outside. And this is crucial for a guy like me that's always cutting rope or opening a can or something. I like having the knife on the outside. The other thing, great, it's not practical, but it does have a pretty hard striking face here, and you can hammer a few nails into the wall if you have to. It also has a saw. It's not the greatest saw in the world, but in a pinch, if you needed to saw through something, it works very well. The other great thing is that, yes, it opens up, and you have a very nice pair of pliers. This particular Leatherman sells new inserts for the wire cutters. So when they get dull, you just simply replace. We do have a screwdriver. This is a Phillips head, and all you do is pull it out and replace it in, and now you have a flathead. That comes in handy. I actually have fixed entire people's boats with just this Leatherman. We also have a very basic can opener, and we have an awl. This Leatherman also inside has a small ferro rod, and it does work very well. I don't recommend doing that on the blade, but she needs to be sharpened. But you can see we've got pretty good spark there. For some silly reason, and I don't know why, it's also a whistle. And then finally, on this Leatherman Signal, we have a very basic sharpener. You can put an edge on it, but it's not going to give you a razor edge. But it is nice to have a little sharpener for when your knife goes dull and you're stuck out in the woods or you're stuck out on a boat or wherever you're stuck at. You can quickly put a little edge back on your knife. Leatherman Signal. Now, another EDC item that I have, of course, is a very small flashlight. This is a Streamlight Micro Stream, and I love this thing. Unfortunately, I think Streamlight needs to catch up with technology. The charger for this is the same thing as like an old Samsung phone, and it really should be USB-C, but again, it takes about 3 to 5 hours to charge it fully. It is very bright. It has 2 modes. It has low light and bright light. Now, if you look there, you can see it kind of will flicker. Well, that's because I love my wife to death, guys and girls out there, but she has washed this thing about 15 times, and it still works. It gets a little quirky from time to time, but it still works. So I can attest that the Streamlight Micro Stream is, in fact, waterproof. Now, one of my EDC items that I'm pretty sure that none of you people carry, maybe a handful of you, is my wallet. Yes, my wallet. This is a Dango wallet. And let me come up front and I'll show it to you a little closer. Now, this Dango wallet is awesome because you can put a few cards in here. You can have your more important cards like a license to carry or an ID card on the back side. When you open this up, you have a little spot to put some money. You have a spot to put some, credit cards and whatnot. And then you have this, which is another little multi-tool. I've never used it. Well, that's not true. I have used it. It's a really nice little bottle opener. It does have a socket head and a little saw. I don't know, it's kind of generic, but again, it's another tool that I have that if I need it, I can use it. The clasp on here also is a tool. You can take that off. Again, you have another bottle opener because, you know, when shit hits the fan, I think we're all going to be drinking a lot more. So it does have a bottle opener. It has this ridiculous small Phillips head and this very ridiculous small flat head. But again, I guess in a pinch, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Now, one of the other things that I keep in here, just for my own peace of mind, is a handcuff key. Yes, and I actually got this idea from watching a Keanu Reeves movie called Street Kings, where in the movie he has a handcuff key stitched into his waistband of his pants. And when the bad guys handcuff him, he's able to remove that key and undo his handcuffs. Now, does it work? Yes. Have I been able to take this out of my wallet and undo handcuffs? Yes, but you gotta practice for it. It's not something you can just kind of go out and do on your own. I've had this for about 2 years now, and it really only has some mild wear on the inside. I found it to be a great wallet. What is your favorite self-defense item? I know that I ask you guys to comment and stuff, but really other people are learning from your comments. So if you have good knowledge, please share it with our group. I have the time and availability, not the money, but the availability to make videos. So I'm relying on you guys to help me in the comments section and let other people know what you guys do. And maybe it will help them. Maybe it could even save their lives someday. And again, I have to thank Next Belt for sponsoring this video and a few more videos that we have coming up in the future. Subscribe, like, comment, all that other stuff, and I will see you next time.